Waiting on y'all to get in. Just waiting. Working on an art piece today. Working today. I got a piece that I have to make 6 pieces for a gallery in on Peachtree Street. I don't know how many of you are in Atlanta, but it's called the Vault. A beautiful gallery on Peachtree Street called the Vault. And I'm going to have a showing there come this October. So I have 6 pieces that I'm creating. Hey, Christina. How are you? Hey, HA. Hey. So I got to create 6 of these beauties for this gallery showing for October. So I'm going to be busy doing that. How are you ladies doing? Hey, Raquel. How are you? How are you? Hope everybody's all right. Just waiting on a few more folks to crawl on in here. How is you guys Monday going? Are you excited about the week? Thank you, HA. Thank you for liking the art. This is my therapy. Christina, you said I'm fine just doing nursing classes. Oh, you're going to be an RN? RN, was it LVN, LPN? It's pouring down, raining. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm in SoCal, so we hardly ever get rain. I'm so jealous. I am so jealous. Real jealous. So, the topic of this live is educated women versus I forgot the title, y'all. I guess versus pretty women. Yes. So I got into a little bit of a back and forth with a couple of, I assume that they were educated women that stated that they felt that a woman having an education was a selling point, so to say, was an asset to a relationship, right? And this was in response to what I said, of course, in the previous video, where I stated that, education, a woman's education really has no, I wouldn't say value because it does have value, but in terms of male and female relating to each other, it's not a real big selling point. And why do I say this? Because men will upgrade women. So because men will upgrade, which means he's dating down, it is not, your success in finding a man really isn't solely contingent upon, or your education really doesn't have much bearing on it. Like, it's not a guarantee, put it like that. You being educated doesn't put you above any other woman. It doesn't put you above the chance of finding a mate than the girl who works as a cashier at Piggly Wiggly. You know what I'm saying? Education, and I want to say this because it's reading as if I'm against women being educated. You need to have an education. You need to have an education, a vocation, some sort of skill set, something, because you have to take care of yourself, right? You have to take care of yourself. So there is no way that I am going to get on this live and say, you don't need to be smart. You don't need to have a degree or have some sort of skill. You do need that because you have to take care of yourself. But the problem with us as women, and I talk to so many educated women who are single, they got degrees up the yin yang and are single, and they feel that they are a prize because they're toting a degree. You have to understand that, it's attractive for you to come with something. But what makes a woman attractive is not her education. Because men fall in love with their eyes first, with what they see. And then the conversation and whatever comes into play after that, your character will show. What type of woman you are, of course, will show once you open your mouth. But it's because men love with their eyes first that it means that a woman who works at Waffle House, who has the right hip to waist ratio and a decent personality, she doesn't even have to be fantastic, just decent, has just as much of a chance to get a man who has means as you do. Yes, please. Make sure you guys like the video. All 19 of you, please like the video. I appreciate that. So this is what I'm saying. We think that what we require of men is somehow, if we have the same thing that we require of men, that makes us more marketable. And it's not true. It's not true. Men say they want honesty and loyalty and a good cook, and you know what they say. But with all that, they are requiring you to look good first. Before you even get to whether you're a good cook or not, if you look good enough, you guys can eat takeout. Okay? If you cute enough, you don't really have to get in that kitchen and cook as much as somebody who ain't cute. And that's really the bottom line. That really is the bottom line. And that's the stuff that we don't like to hear. We don't want to hear that it's about how you look, because that's shallow, right? That's shallow, and it has, it's about character and about being a good person and all of that. And just as a man being a good person really holds no bearing if he's not coming with coins, it's the same with us. If you have money as a woman and you don't look attractive, you're the same value as a man who's a good person with no money. So, Time Uptown, you said need more orange and blues. More orange and blues. You know how much orange and blue is in here? Maybe your screen is messed up. There's a whole lot of orange in here. Blue is dominant. So I use that for the dark areas. For the areas that are dark. You don't put that all over. Right? So it's about worth. And of course, men will say, it's not about material things. It's about love. Right? So explain to me, if it's about love, how do you get to love? How do you get to love? 5/5 Sickle, you said she looks good, and when she feels better than she looks, that's the beginning of the spark, then character and all that. Andrea, yes, this piece is selling. I'm actually making this for an art gallery in Atlanta. It's part of a collection I'm working on. So this won't be on my website. It's going to be sold exclusively through the gallery, a gallery called The Vault in on Peachtree Street in Atlanta. So if you are anywhere near there, once I finish all this stuff, I will have the information. I'll give it to you guys. Whoever's in the area or whoever wants it, you'll have to go through them for it. So yeah. So personality, character is a factor after. It's a after the fact factor. It's not beforehand. When you're sitting across the dinner table from a man, talking about all of the things that you have to understand that this great job that you have and this degree that you have is something that thousands, hear me now, thousands of other women have as well. Your degree doesn't make you special. It doesn't set you apart from other women. Hey, Mary. Andrew, oh, you're in England. Okay. Well, we can send me an email. Salkis, Salkis at iloveherart.com. We'll talk privately about getting you a piece. If you are truly interested, we can do that. Right? So what I'm saying is you're sitting across the table from him and you're talking about all of your accomplishments, and he's envisioning how you look naked, right? What he's thinking about is, I wonder how this girl looked with her clothes off. I wonder what she can do. He's thinking about you sexually, and you're thinking about all your accolades, and you're so proud of yourself, and you're so proud, and you're so proud. But the thing is, you're not telling him anything he hasn't heard before. You think he hasn't dated an educated woman before you? Yes, you do, Mary. You need a piece of art. And I have so many beautiful ones. iloveherart.com. Very easy for you to remember. That is my online store. You need to go there, Mary. Go and pick out something sweet for you to treasure and love. Yeah. So, I mean, you think that he hasn't dated a woman who's accomplished? Of course he has. If he's a mature man, he's dated a office worker, a manager, corporate manager, a nurse, or whatever it is, teacher, whatever. He's dated a thought before. He's dated all kinds of women before. So you having a degree, it's something for you to be proud of, but it's not gonna set you apart. Unfortunately, it's not going to set you apart. Your personality is what makes you memorable. Your beauty is what makes him lust after you, right? And it's your personality that makes you memorable, that makes you stand out from every other woman. And if you don't have a personality, I don't care how much degrees you got, and I really don't care how good you look, it's not going to last. The magic will fizzle out, as it always does. And then you're left wondering, what happened? I thought we had a connection. I thought he was impressed by me. You want to impress him. And you think what you have is impressive to him because you're thinking like a man. I mean, you're thinking, excuse me, you're thinking he's looking for what you're looking for, is what I meant to say. Because what a man has is what he is to a woman. We vet and evaluate a man's worth by what he has and what he does. And you women think that men are evaluating us the same way. And the only men that are worried about what you have are men who don't have anything else. The only men that will be impressed with, your education, like that's like the deal breaker is if you have a degree or not, are men that are looking for you to pay half, pay half the bills and whatnot. Eden says, show me the man who turned down a big butt and a smile because she didn't have a degree. I'll wait. Hello, you need to hit repeat on that. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to say. What man is going to turn down a beautiful woman? Don't we hear? I mean, all of us are on social media, right? And we hear, men say things. When the memes circulate and different pictures of beautiful women circulate, and you go through the comment section and you hear the men make exclamations about how beautiful the woman is. What do you hear? Oh, I would wife her right now. Oh, I give her anything she wants. I do anything for that. Hey, Giselle, isn't that what they say when they see a beautiful woman? She could get all of this. Isn't this what they say? Now, does he know if she has a degree or not? No. Does he even care? No. He's captivated by her beauty, and her beauty makes her worth having access to whatever he has. Okay? Her beauty. He's not concerned with whether she cooks or not. It would be nice if she did. That would be the icing on the cake, of course. If she could cook a meal, she pretty and she can cook. That's called a 2-for-1 special. 2-for-1 special. But he's ready to give her whatever he has on the strength of how she looks. He's ready to wife her simply on the strength of how she looks. Giselle said he wants a piece off appearance only. Yeah. And this is why all the YouTube channels that some of you or maybe all of you have been to that are centered around relationships, the commentators and the content creators, these women will tell you got to look good. And so many channels are dedicated solely to giving you techniques on looking better, because men want you to look good. They're not going to love you if you don't look good. They're not going to love you if you don't look good. But my thing, the only reason why I am not so focused on that part, the aesthetic part, is because so many of us are wounded emotionally that it doesn't matter if you look good or not. You're going to get used if you don't build yourself up from inside, right? If you don't have fortitude and understand that your worth is not contingent upon what he thinks. The only reason why you're getting yourself dolled up is as a tool to get him to react in a way and respond in a way that is favorable and that gives you an outcome. That is the goal. But a lot of us, we get into this beauty trap and it makes us more neurotic. It makes us feel like, oh my God, if I don't look like her, then I don't measure up. It makes you more self-conscious. It makes you feel more insecure. That's the problem that I have with the beauty industry in general. It causes more insecurity. It hurts more than it helps. And then you have people saying that, that if you don't look like a certain type, then you don't have a chance. So a lot of us spend a lot of money on cosmetics and different things, and we still feel like shit. We still feel jacked up. And that's the issue that I have. Because the cosmetics are not making you self-confident. You know what I mean? The cosmetics are not making you self-confident. They're making you feel more insecure. And that's not helpful. If you feel insecure, it doesn't matter how you look. A man that comes into your space is going to size you up. He's going to challenge your convictions. And if he sees that you wishy-washy, well, let the games begin. Let the games begin. That's what happens. That's what happens. Because it's not really about love. It's not really about love. It's about what you can provide. It's about seeing what he likes and he wants that. Men only talk about love when you mention money. The only time they talk about love and character and all these things that we say we want is when money becomes a deciding factor. When you state that money is a deciding factor, that's when they switch it over to this elusive thing, unquantifiable thing, misinterpreted thing called love. Right? Mary said, I've been a tomboy all my life. Doing all those artificial things to look good is expensive. Saw my older sister pluck her eyebrows, tried and told her I don't want to be a girly girl. I mean, you don't have to be a girly girl. And you know how I feel about trying too hard for men. I'm like, oh gosh. But the thing of it is, we can't escape it totally, because they are indoctrinated to respond a certain way to a certain look. And I would be remiss if I said that there weren't certain types, as I've mentioned in the previous video, that are synonymous with high maintenance. And there are certain types, like us natural girls, that are assumed that all we want is a tub of shea butter and a tofu wrap. That's a 5-star meal for the natural girls. This is assumed by men in general, So that's the thing. You're fighting against stereotypes, and that's a hard fight to win. That's a hard fight to win, because you gotta get past the prejudices that he may have, and hopefully he's open enough to try to get to know who you are as a person, instead of assuming he knows what you expect. Right? Thank you, Christina. Mary said, natural and afro all my 61 years. Wow. You've been natural for 61 years, Mary? Wow. You said men think I'm 40. I don't remember. Oh, that's fantastic. Ladybug, you say it's so sad that we have to reduce men's thought process and motivations down to how we look. If it's such a turnoff, I think I'm going to switch up my pussy and join a convent. Oh no, Ladybug, don't say that. Don't retire it yet. Don't retire your vagina yet. Ladybug ready to retire her vagina. Don't do it yet, man. Don't count it out. You see, women like you who are very intelligent have a hard time with the act, right? But you have to. You have to. Wait, Ladybug, you said you did already. You joined a convent. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You want a relationship? Relationships are game. It's all a game. And when you approach it like that, when you really think about it as a game, then there's really nothing. Then you don't get as upset about. You only getting upset about it because you're taking it serious. You're taking all of this stuff seriously, and it's it's a game. Men provide what they feel is that you expect. You know, they don't give anything away for free, and what you expect is based on what you agree to. It's not even so much what you say, because I'll tell you what, a lot of times we say we want things, and then when the men challenge us and test us, and we compromise what we say we want, guess what we look like? Liars. We look like bullshit artists and liars. So it's not about what you say. It's how you are. It's the person that you are. You have to be consistent in your actions, not just saying this is what I expect, but carrying it out. Making sure you carry it out. That's the important thing. And a lot of times we get caught up with, oh, I messed up. I really didn't mean to do it, but I was in the moment. It happened, and I wasn't prepared, and I knew I didn't want it, but I did it anyway. No points for that. Hey, Giovanni, you get no points for I didn't mean to do that. When you do it, you lose all credibility. All credibility. So it's important to stick to your guns. It's important to stick to your guns because they will test you. Yeah, so who has the advantage? Does a pretty girl have the advantage over a degree girl? Uh Depending on who you're after, she kind of does. She does. Excuse me. Because she can get a pretty girl can get any man to talk to her, right? Thank you, Giselle. A pretty woman can get any man to talk to her. A woman with a degree, how her disposition usually? High acidity, attitude, uh, hard to coach, because she's just wearing her education on her sleeve. She thinks like I don't know. She walks around like with her damn diploma on the outside of her jacket or something. Yeah, stuck up, you know, that sort of thing. And it's unfortunate. It don't get you nowhere. It don't get you nowhere. Degree women need to know how to smile, how to joke, how to laugh, how to be lighthearted. Everything you can't approach everything with so much seriousness. Show your personality, because that's what's going to make you memorable. Your personality. Now, I would say this, that it's not that men who have education and degrees would not find a woman who also possessed the education and degrees an asset. Of course he would. Of course he would. But if the personality and the body attached to that degree is not inviting, is not exciting, doesn't invoke passion, then you don't have a chance in hell. You can't be across the table sparring with him intellectually to prove a point. That's not going to get you anywhere. Better you learn how to be funny, more funny than intellectual. And I've said this before, save all your intellect for when you're around your girlfriends. You can appreciate, the whole philosophical back and forth with, with other people that you're not gonna fuck, right? That kind of conversation would be good over dinner as a group. As a group, you're going out with other people and you can philosophize all you want. But a man that you want to be passionate about you, trying to show him that you're smarter than him is not the way to do it. And what a lot of women who have degrees do is try to show that they're matched brain for brain. And it's just not a memorable thing. It doesn't make, when he's finished with that dinner, he's not thinking about you on the way home. But if you make him laugh, if you make him feel good about himself, if you're a joy to be around, this is what makes you memorable. This is what sets you apart from other women who also have education, money, and that sort of thing. Ladybug, you said pretty women have an insurance policy, but eventually time will and miles will catch up. So she has to be okay with infidelity. We are about as fucked up a demographic that could ever exist. No, don't say that. We're not fucked up. We are not fucked up, Ladybug. Yes, there is a, what is it, statute of limitations on our attractiveness. And the problem with a lot of accomplished women is that they've let their whole prime go by to have their accomplishments, and they want to settle down, but they're not as attractive as they were 15 years ago when they were fresh, young, and hot. And they think they should be afforded the same options as they had 10 or 15 years ago when they were starting to build their career. And the cruel joke of life is that it doesn't work that way. The cruel joke of life is that it does not work that way. You wait on love, you wait until you're, close to 40 or, 35, 40. It starts to, get a little bit difficult. Not impossible, especially if you look young for your age. It's not impossible. And you know something, if you look young for your age, I think you should lie about your age too. If you can if you are 40 and you can pass for 25, say 25. Say you're 25. Tell them what they want to hear, And then if it does get serious or whatever, you can show them your driver's license after that. You can show them your birth certificate after the engagement ring comes, because by then it ain't gonna be no big damn deal anyway. You gotta lie, ladies. You gotta lie. Don't say I look good for my age. Say if you look 35 and you 50, say 35. Shit. Say you 35. Amani said, I can pass for younger. What do I say if we get serious? Well, I mean, if you could pass for younger, and that time comes when you get serious, you could say, you know what, I have something that I've been holding back because, I didn't know how you feel about it, and I just feel like we're in a good place now where I can be totally honest with you and tell him, baby, I'm 40. You can tell him, baby, I'm really 40. I'm not 35. I'm really 40. You can say that. And what are you gonna say? I'm not gonna marry you because you lied about your age. If everything's fantastic, he ain't gonna leave you because you lied about your age. Just say I was scared. I was scared to tell you. I didn't know if you'd run but now, I feel like we've built a relationship and I feel I could be totally honest. Amani said men always lie to me. Yeah. You expect men to tell the truth? When do men tell the truth? They only tell the truth if they have to. Yeah, you my only one. I don't want anybody else. And they be lying through their teeth. They lie through their teeth. And you think you gotta be totally honest? I think truth earned. I'm not a believer in giving all of the details of your life straight off the cuff. I think access to the truth is a process that he must earn with consistency and over time. You telling him everything about you up front, never do that. Never do that. Every man that's interested in you knows your story. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Every man that's interested in you doesn't need to know the backstory. That's earned with time. So if you gotta lie in the beginning and he asks you why, you tell him what I said. Listen, truth is earned, in my opinion. When he asks why you lie, you tell him truth is earned so that I don't get hurt, so that I can protect myself. So it's nothing against you. It's nothing I did to hurt you. It's to protect me. And that's really the truth. I mean, it's really the truth, isn't it? Truth is earned. So yeah. So this thing called a degree, when I say we have to dumb down ourselves a little bit, oh my God, women who are educated get so offended by that. I shouldn't have to do this and I shouldn't have to do that, and he should, because he won't respect me and he won't respect me and he won't respect me. Shit. He won't respect you anyway. You think you having a degree earns respect? You earning respect has nothing to do with your education. It has to do with how you are, your character. You could be a woman flipping waffles at the Waffle House. And if you're hard to get, you're entitled to be hard to get as a waffle flipper at Waffle House. You're entitled to say, you know what, my standard is I don't screw on the first night. You're entitled to that. And that's what earns respect. Not how much money you have as a woman, not when men will date down. How much money you have as a woman doesn't earn you respect. It doesn't. It doesn't. Men will upgrade. The right woman will get an upgrade in 2 seconds. What you need, boo? How many of these channels you guys go to and all these young chicks got sugar daddies? She in school. She's not even finished with her education. She's in school. And dude is paying car notes, rent, apartments, getting new tires for her, all kind of stuff. And the girl ain't got no status nowhere. She can't give him nothing but a good time. And these girls are getting cared for. And they're getting cared for. And you think you got one up because you got a degree? A degree is for you. A degree is for you. Nobody else. You should be proud of your accomplishment. I'm sure proud of mine. I'm proud of mine. But I don't wear it on my sleeve because I know that's personal for me. It's personal for me. Time Uptown, you said, when did women think that men are attracted to her money? Since this feminism thing. Listen, feminism fucked up our coins. Feminism jacked up our coins big time because men now, they have no shame in saying you got to come with yours. It's like we got dick and balls, scrotums just like them swinging between our legs. That's how they treat us now. Feminism fucked up all of our money. They fucked up our hustle. Feminism fucked up the hustle. For real. That's the problem. So now, these dudes ain't ashamed to say, oh, well, you got to have yours. So if I got to have mine, what are you here for? What are you here for? And women who are educated buy into that. They really buy into, well, since men want us to have ours and I have mine, I must be better than Shaniqua at the drive-thru at McDonald's. No, you not, because if Shaniqua at the drive-thru at McDonald's got a pretty smile and her boobs sit up and her ass sit up and her waist is snatched, she got just as much a chance as you. All she got to do is tell him, you know what? All I need is a break. I've been trying to get my own business. I've been trying to get funds to do X, Y, Z. All she got to show is ambition. Shaniqua could be at the drive-thru at McDonald's, but all she has to express to him is that she has ambition. And guess what he'll do? He will front her. He will sponsor her. He will sponsor her, and if she's cute enough and has personality, he might wife her so that he can recoup on his investment. Hello? Facts. Facts. Feminism done fucked up all the coins. Ladybug, you said true. There's a song that Erykah Badu sang a while back. What song is that? What song does she sing? I don't know the song. It ain't about it ain't about nothing else but how you making somebody feel. Right? That's it. How you make him feel. And if you're not that attractive, you have to have a personality that's larger than life. All you want to do is to be memorable. When he gets up from the table and wipes his mouth after that great dinner you've had, on his drive home, you want him to be thinking about you. What makes you a memorable woman? What makes you different than any other woman? Any woman can talk about sex, that it's a provocative subject, gets everybody excited because everyone wants to fuck. But is that going to make you unforgettable? Is talking about how you do what you do and all of that, is that going to make you unforgettable? The song is Booty. I gotta check that out. I never heard of no song by Erykah Badu called Booty. Display, you said she needs to give that good neck. Oh God. Oh boy. What you mean by good neck? Or let me not pretend that I don't know. Let me not pretend that I don't know. You clowning right now. Let me not pretend. I mean, your sex can be good now, right? How many chicks, are off the chain sexually and can make the man, fiend for her, right? But eventually, it's been had too. Eventually, once your vagina has been had a couple of times, it's the vagina that's been had. It's just the vagina that's been had. So, these things, let me tell you something. Being an interesting woman is an ongoing thing. Being an interesting person is an ongoing thing, right? It cannot just be a one, you're not a one-hit wonder. You have to constantly reinvent yourself if you want to maintain the interests of a person. You have to constantly do that. So that's the point of this thing. When you get him, that can't be it. How many men complain like, she used to do all of this and all of that before we, made it official. Now she don't do anything no more. Growth is how someone maintains interest in you. So even with your degree, if you're doing the same thing, if all you do is the same thing for 5 years straight, how can someone not be bored with that? I know I would. You're the same person, you do the same thing, you've done the same thing every day for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years straight. There's nothing new about you. You haven't learned anything new, and you expect to keep someone's attention. Why? Because you got a degree? Eesh. Because you got a degree, that's going to hold somebody's attention? No, didn't I tell y'all before, y'all got to be a little crazy? That's another thing that degree women have. You're too sane. You're too, politically correct. Everything's got to be perfect, and you got to be a little off. You got to be a little off. Mary said, spice it up every now and then. Yeah, you better spice it up every now and then. Display said, but then if you change, then they say you're not the person I met. And I want to not be the person you met. I want to be a different person. Because they'll maybe complain, but they're not objecting. They ain't leaving you because you're a different person now. Ain't nobody leaving you because of that. They just complaining that they're uncomfortable because they can't figure you out. That's the main complaint. They get uncomfortable. A person gets uncomfortable. If you start acting differently, a person is going to be uncomfortable because they don't know how to interact with you. They don't know what their limit is with you. They don't know what they can get from whoever this new person is. And that's the issue. Being new is never no issue. Being new ain't never no issue. And I would recommend all y'all just say stupid shit out the blue. Just say something that just totally out of left field, out the blue, just to get a reaction. Just do things to get a reaction. Flick a booger out your nose or something like that, just to mix things up. Just so, you can show that, it's something else. That's what I would do. I would flick boogers out my nose, talk all kind of nonsense in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Especially if they looking bored. Shit. That's my cue to act up. Anytime I see a man looking bored, that's my cue to act up. You ladies think that's a code for you to start screwing. You think, sex is the way to get attention. But, if you done had your ass already, you got to do something else. That can only be but so much. I would say all kinds of off-the-wall madness. Tell jokes, all kinds of stuff. That's what I would do. The one thing that keeps relationships on fire is unpredictability. And many of you don't display unpredictability other than maybe changing your hair or something like that. That's about the extent that you do. Ladybug, you said pretend to have Tourette's. Yeah. Why not? Why the hell not? Pretend to have Tourette's is right. Pretend to be somebody else. We are boring, because we think we got to be the same. We think there's some sort of prize you get for never changing, never doing anything different, always being reliable. You can count on me. Garbage. That garbage. When what gets people excited is seeing something new. Isn't that what gets you excited? Experiencing something new? isn't it? The spice don't only have to be in the bedroom. The spice could be in life in general. In general. Mary, you said I show up in Alabama at his door and he say, wow, God damn, Mary, how far is Alabama from where you live, Mary? Don't tell me you drive 3 hours and be like, hey, I'm here. Mary do a drive-by and take 3 hours. Mary be like showing up on the nigga like, hey, boo, I'm in town. You in town? You 6 hours away. How you in town? I'm down the street, boo. You down the street? Hey, Salima. We talking about being crazy. Drunk in love, like Beyonce said. You want to be drunk in love. That's what you want to be. Yeah, I like that idea of a drive-by, Mary. Mary, do you like wear a trench coat with nothing on underneath and he open the door, you open your coat? Mary, you ever did that? Do the whole trench coat and nothing on underneath? Like, hey boo, the prize is me. Yada, you said you was just thinking that. Thinking what? Thinking about doing a butt naked trench coat drive-by? Mary, Yada, you a freak. You a freak. Ain't nothing sexier than a conservative freak, too. When men ask you, what you do in bed, you're not supposed to say, I do everything. You're not supposed to say that. I would suggest you lie, and if he gets it, you surprise him. And when he see how gully you are, he love you even more. Like, damn, this chick a hoe. I done bagged me up a hole that I'm gonna marry. You must surprise them. You must surprise these men. Don't give it all. Anytime I'm asked, what my skill set is, I'm saying you gonna be disappointed. They be like, oh, word, oh, for real though, and that don't stop the conversation. It ain't been one time that I said, no, I don't do that the conversation stops. Not one. And as a matter of fact, I think they be even more intrigued because they be like, on some, yeah, I'm gonna break her in. I'm gonna teach her a few things. That's what they be saying. So you gotta keep your hold'em, keep your hold'em under your hat. Keep your hold'em under your hat. They want to turn you out. Giselle said they want to turn you out. Of course they do. Yep. Of course they do. They wanna give you some first time experience. Ladybug, you said be like I'm a virgin today. Hello. Hey, Busy Fingers, new subby. Yay! Thank you for subbing. Yeah, I act like I don't know what they. I said I act like I don't know what they talking about. Like, what? You do that? I act like I'm turned off. And the reason why I do that, to be serious for a second, is that, with feminism fucking up our bags, the feminism done fucked up the coins, and men thinking that we're equal, they also feel now that their penis is worth as much as your vagina. And if you present yourself as a woman who, you like sex and you like sex, he would think that, he's really giving you something equivalent to what's between your knees. And that is not true. It is not true. Not even a little bit. And why is this? Because a lot of men are not as good in bed as they think. And a lot of us are orgasming. We can orgasm because we know how to get direction, right? So it's not just, his penis can never be equal to your vagina because you can just lay there like a dead corpse and he can nut all over your ass. Right? Whereas you, on the other hand, if he don't come with skill and if you don't know how to direct him, it's not going to be a night to remember for you. So their penises are not the same value as your vagina. When a man's penis can guarantee an orgasm, that's when he's going to be equal to yours. Your vagina guarantees a nut. Your vagina, I don't care how slack it is, how loose it is, how stink it is, it guarantees a nut. Yes, it does. So the reason why you want to downplay your interest in sex is that you don't want him thinking that all he has to come with is his dick in his hands. Hello? Because he got to come with what he got to come with. And it's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that thing between his legs. That's not enough. That is not enough. That is not compensation. But these days you hear them saying it. Well, she wants it just as much as I do, and it's a mutual thing. No, dude, not at all. You ain't never gonna hear nothing about no mutual nothing with me. Not a mutual nothing. It's a take it or leave it for me. So you got to establish right off the bat that dick ain't compensation here. You going for something higher than that. And the only way to do that is to calm your ass down and stop acting thirsty. Don't get into these sex conversations so early. They be want straight from the gate. So how you like it, how you like to get it. That ain't the issue right now, because you may not never get it. And so I'm giving you information that you haven't earned yet. I'm giving you information that you don't need yet. But that's really what I mean to say. You don't need to know how I like it because you may not get it. How about that? How about that? These dudes like to try before they buy. They like to try before they buy. So right there, it's not about that. So, ladies, we gotta play coy. We gotta dumb ourselves down a little bit. And it's not a bad thing. Ain't nothing you have to do that doesn't compromise your body, I should say. And your values. There's nothing you have to do is demeaning. Pretending that you're not as smart as you are to make him feel like he's the star player in the show. It's not a demeaning thing. It's just what you have to do. It's just what you have to do. So don't look at it as, I'm lessening myself and, I earned this and I should be able to state what it is I state. Look, I done already said, and y'all already know that a pretty girl who ain't got near 1 degree, she ain't got shit but a GED, got just as much of a chance if she has conviction and knows what she wants and can communicate that and is unwavering in that. She got just as much a chance as you. Hey, Millette. Just happy to know you can have brains and beauty. Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course you can. You listen to me. Sometimes, showing men that you're smart, and especially smarter than them, can really backfire on you, because it's the damsel archetype. For a man to take care of you, you have to create a need. You have to show that you need him in order for him to feel compelled to care for you, protect you, provide for you. If you are claiming that you are sufficient, then how does that create the need for him to do what he needs to do for you? How? You have to create the need. And sometimes that means pretending that, you don't know what you do know. Sometimes it means that. Now, if you have a dumbass man, some of you, the man is a fool, and you may have to step in and say, "Boo, this ain't gonna work." Especially if it's gonna put you out on the street. If his foolishness is gonna push you out on the street, then you got to step in. But if you have a dude that's accomplished, and he's doing things with himself, and you ain't got to come in there and kind of make him over, then you just play your position, man. Play your position. You get philosophical any day of the week. Any day of the week. But the one thing that turns men off is feeling intimidated. Sorry. Feeling intimidated. And having an attitude and thinking you know more. It really shuts them down. They just be on straight shutdown mode. They stop listening, because now it's a confrontation. Now you're attacking his manhood. And you could be right. But if he feels like you're attacking his manhood, he's not going to hear you anyway. That's the thing. So there's no point in you insisting to be right, and he's not receiving it anyway. Mary said they have to be in control. Yes, and you want them to be. Boo, I need you to do this for me. And it ain't that you can't do it, but you want him to do it. You want him to do it. And if you got it, or I can handle it, then what is he there for? What is he there for? So these are things we must consider when we're trying to prove a point, because a lot of points that we're trying to prove don't need to be proved, because they don't benefit us in the long run. We don't get cared for any better because we show that we don't need them. And this is what degreed women need to understand too. You don't get better treatment because you don't need him. Okay? That's not what happens there. You just don't get as much. That's the only thing that happens. You show you don't need, and he knows he don't have to do as much. And what you want? You want a cookie for that? You want a cookie for that? You think he's never going to leave you because you don't need him? Is that what you think? Is that the bullshit you think? That he can't walk out on you because you don't require, you're not pressuring him. And some of us, some of the women, like in my comment section, have said that, their degrees afford them to not choose in haste. Like they're not desperate, right? So they can choose or dismiss whomever they want. And truth be told, any woman can dismiss whomever they want. You don't need a degree to take a stand. Okay? You don't need a degree to take a stand. Now, if a degree gives you confidence, you might use that, to back you up. Your ability to earn means you're not pressed, by time or whatever for now. But any woman, no matter what kind of paperwork she has in her name, can say, you know what, this is not for me. Or I require that. I require this kind of treatment. Listen, we're in the information age, right? We're in the information age. And if you want to know where all the 5-star restaurants are, you can look it up on your damn phone. You can find out what the menu is. You can find out, when is it Wind Down Wednesday or whatever it is, whatever they having at the 5-star restaurant. And you can act like you've been to this fucking restaurant. And when he asks you where you want to go, you can say, you could take me here. This has the greatest tiramisu that I've ever tasted. And he like, where you go? You went there to that 5-star? And you can say yes. Why? Because you got all the information online, and you can pretend like that's where you've been, even if you've never been there before. It's all about impression. It's all about impression. That's all. Conversations with Cookie. I'm not dumbing myself down, period. And I am still asking. I'm still asking degree and all. All right, that's on you. If you're getting the results you want by taking that stand, then you do that. But the women that I talk to who are accomplished are having the same issues that the women that I talk to who are not accomplished have. Everyone's having the same issues because it's an emotional thing. It has nothing to do with what you have and what you accomplish. When you're dealing with matters of men, we're talking about emotions. So I'm not telling you to reduce yourself. I'm telling you to position yourself so you can get the response that you want. And your degree has nothing to do with that. Your degree doesn't get his dick hard. That's the problem we have here. Your degree doesn't get him hard. Your degree is not what he remembers after he gets up from the table at dinner with you. He remembers your smile. He remembers how you made him feel. So this is about emotional intelligence here. It's about emotional intelligence. That's all. So I want to be clear on this. I'm not telling women to reduce themselves and make themselves a fool. I'm talking about how to respond to men so that they're not intimidated by your accomplishments. So that it's not a competition between him and you. You don't want men to feel like they have to compete with you. You want him to feel like he has to take care of you. That's what you want. That's what you want. Like I said, feminism fucked up the coin. It fucked up the coin, and it has made us women who have accomplished things feel like you're in a better position because you have, and you're really not. It's the same. You're going to face the same things. You're going to face the same things. Tracy, you said, I've been single for 2 years after ending a 4.5-year relationship with who I thought was my soulmate. I fell in love with him when he was in his provider role, caring for me while I was an unemployed grad. Then when I started progressing in my career, the dynamics changed because he got jealous. Yeah. Sometimes that happens too. Sometimes that happens too. So what he wasn't honest that he just wanted you probably to be a stay-at-home mother or something. And maybe he was afraid to say that because he didn't want you to be turned off and saw you had ambitions, and maybe he thought he would change your mind later on. But obviously he enjoyed the role of taking care of you. And when he couldn't do that anymore, it was like his identity left. He felt like his importance was no longer what it used to be. Cookie said women, period, will face the same thing when dealing with black males. They are the only men that a woman has to downplay her accomplishments for. That's not true. That is not true. Women have to be women, no matter white, brown, green, yellow. It doesn't matter. Women have to be women for men to respond like men. You said date non-black men and see if she has to dumb herself for him. Okay, so you're caping for interracial relationship. Are you in an interracial relationship right now, Cookie? You able to be all that you were, and he still took care of you, or takes care of you? Mary said, "Will you paint one with the afro for me?" All my girls got afro-ish kind of hairstyles. They all do. Tracy, you said, "I love black men, though, not into dating outside." Listen, I don't, women can choose whoever they want. I'm not for or against anybody, any woman who wants to date outside of their race. I really think that's just a personal choice, a personal decision based on the opportunities that life has given you or shown you. You're entitled to make that choice for yourself. But what I will never say on this channel is that another race is guaranteed to be better than black men. I cannot say that. I won't say that. I don't want to feed into that narrative. I think it's poisonous. I come from a black father, so I would never denounce. I mean, I'm black. It's like me denouncing myself. I couldn't do it. I can't do it. We have issues now. We certainly do have issues. But I feel that what men are capable of, all men are capable of. All of them. All of them. There's no guarantees with any of them. And the fetish thing is almost a guarantee when you're dealing outside of the race. From what I noticed and have experienced with, the offers that I've gotten, there's a lot of fetish shit going on, a lot of fantasy stuff going on. And to me, you ain't got a pride. If he hasn't married you, then there's what is it? It's nothing. It's nothing. Dating outside your race, dating period, is nothing. You have no status if you're somebody's girlfriend. If you're married, then that's another story. But anybody can date. I can date white men right now. There's a lot of white men that have expressed interest in me, and a lot of it is some sick fetish because some of them think I'm a man. Can you believe that shit? You know how many offers I get online, and the dudes ask if I'm a tranny, and when I say no, they're disappointed. When I say no, I'm a natural woman, they go, "Really? Are you sure? Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" There's a lot of booty bandits out here, man. There's a lot of booty bandits out here. Yes, Shonda, clearly I'm not a man. I am a woman, a natural born woman, but I get people, men, asking if I'm a man and being disappointed when I say that I'm a woman. When I say I'm a woman, they go, "Oh, okay." Like, what? What? I think it's the cowgirl hat. The cowgirl hat got people thinking I'm all kinds of freaks, you know? The cowgirl hat, the nose ring, my eclectic style got people thinking I'm all types of damn freaks out here. And I'm so conservative. I am so conservative. But I'm telling you, that's what's going on. And these be suit and tie men, normal looking men, and they got all kinds of appetite. All kinds of appetites. And this is why I just, I refuse to be under pressure to look a certain way, because half of these dudes these days want men. Cookie said that hat is your signature. Yes, it is. You know how many people done spotted me? I'm out in the street and they go, "Oh, are you that girl that paints? Are you Salkis?" And I'm like, "Oh shit." I'll be at Six Flags, Six Flags and places like that, and I'll just get stopped. I'll just get stopped. It's crazy. It's crazy. Are you that girl? So this is my signature now. I'm just waiting on a. Let me get a hold of a hat sponsor, y'all. I'm just waiting. I want to buy some more hats, but I want some sponsors. But the problem is a lot of these hat companies, I think they undercover sort of, bias or racist maybe. If I look like, I don't know, J Lo with a hat on, I probably would have got a sponsor by now. Maybe. Maybe. But can't nobody rock a hat like me. Nobody. Giselle said it pulls your look together. Yeah, it's just me. It's just me doing me. It's just me doing me. But I don't have, this automatic faith in certain types of men, certain races of men or anything like that. I'm just waiting to see what you come up with. I would recommend you ladies do that. Just, you know, don't assume you know. Don't assume you know. And don't go into anything hopeful. Giselle said, that hat is sexy, Salkis. Thank you. Salima said, this is why I will take my time with. Why is my phone saying low battery when I got it plugged up? This damn phone might cut off on me. Um, Salima said, this is why I will take my time with dating. With the dating thing, there's so much I do not know about men, folk. My legs will remain closed. Salima, there's not much to know about them, my dear. We overcomplicate things. We overcomplicate things. There's really not much to know about men. All you need to know is that they're going to say anything and do anything to get your vagina. And once you get over that hurdle, you understand that you have to take your time and pace yourself and see what you can see before you start believing stuff. You believe what you see and not what you hear. How the vetting process goes like this: time and money spent. How much time has he spent, and how much money has he spent? Those are two things that show commitment in anything. I don't care if this is business, marriage, boyfriend, whatever. Time and money are the only way to quantify true intent. If he's not spending any money, then he's not serious. And if he's not spending any time, he's certainly not serious that way either. There's no other way around it. And it can't be one or the other. It has to be both. Okay? That's the next thing. It has to be both. It cannot be one or the other. If there's no sacrifice, how do you know if a person cares about you? Through sacrifice. sacrifice. How you show a woman that you love her without resources and without your money. How do you do that? And you know, they really can't. They really can't answer. They really can't answer. And I said today on my Facebook post, back and forth on my Google Plus page with a gentleman that, you know, talking about the whole shaming, women only want, you know, the material thing, and it's about the heart and all that stuff. And you know, I gave him the, which is really simple, and I'll give it to you when these fools come at you with the same thing. Is this: if you have a baby that you love, you could tell this baby you love this baby, right? You could even hug and kiss this baby. But if you don't feed this baby, shelter and clothing for that baby, what happens to that baby? It dies. So with all the to this baby, my love for it cannot translate without me to care for it. And it's the same with any kind of love. You can't just say you love a child and never feed it. You can't say you love a child and don't provide protection and clothing for its body and medicine if it needs it, or whatever it needs. How does a baby know you love it unless you? A baby doesn't know. A baby doesn't know. But you see, you know, we as adults, we can philosophize and intellectualize and interpret language, right? If I say I love you, you can interpret that any way you want. And the problem is, it can be interpreted a million different ways and still not mean what you want it to mean. That's the problem. That is the problem. Y'all, I think my phone is about to, it's not charging. What the hell? If it cuts off, you guys know, having technical issues. So I might need to wrap it up anyway. It's like an hour and a half going on. Yeah. So, you know, that's what this thing is. So I know you don't want to play dumb. I know you don't want to devalue yourself. And nobody does. But you have to change the narrative. It's really not about making yourself insignificant or devaluing yourself. What you're doing when you're playing your role as a woman. You are simply creating the environment or the condition for him to fall in love with you. Did I not say in yesterday's live that men love by condition? They do not love unconditionally. It's your job as a woman to create the condition for him to fall in love with you. That's why you put your lipstick on. That's why you put a fucking girdle on. That's why you get dressed and do your hair, put a wig on, whatever it is you do, because you want to create the condition for him to love you. When you're getting yourself dolled up and your face beaten, all that, you're not thinking about your character there. You're thinking about, I want to attract a certain energy. Because if it was just about your character, you wouldn't wear makeup. You wouldn't try to be sexy. You wouldn't try to do anything, but you understand that it's about attraction. You understand that. That's the point. Tracy, you said, keep the chase going as long as possible. The game players will dismiss themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. The ones that ain't about nothing will kindly go along their way. They will out themselves. That's exactly what they would do. They will out themselves. So the moral of the story is, you decided to get a degree because you needed to take care of yourself. We have careers and jobs and all this stuff to take care of ourselves. You still have to show who you are outside of that, because who you are is not what you do as a woman. What a man does is who he is, but who you are is what you do is not what you are as a woman. It's two different things, two different things. So stop thinking about it as you have what you want him to have, so he's going to be in love with you. That is not how this thing works. That's not how it works. Okay? So that being said, is this thing still going? I'm not seeing you guys any new stuff going on. So I don't know if this thing is still on. So I'll wrap it up here. If it is, thanks for joining me. Tracy said, what's this piece of art symbolizing? Actually, this is my color. It's called Colored Girl. And it's my visual interpretation of colorism. She is actually painted in all of these colors because she's trying to disguise herself, actually. She's trying to fool you into thinking she's all of these colors instead of the color that she actually is, which is a dark-skinned woman. And it represents the whole battle to show what you are outside of what you look like. Ironically, we're talking about this whole time here, but this is what it symbolizes. That's why her hands are dark, and you can see little speckles of what her true complexion is. So this is her hiding her skin so that you can like who she is on the inside instead of judging her on the outside. That's what this represents. Visual representations of our struggles with beauty, acceptance, love, that whole thing through the artwork. It's just an extension of my coaching practice, which those of you who know or don't know, I am a life coach too. And this is an extension of the therapy, of the healing. I charge myself with helping women do. Travel Diva said, pretty versus educated women. Why is there a versus there? Lo, I'm both. There's nothing wrong with being both. No, there's not. It's a title, Traveling Diva. It's a title to get people to click. Calm down. Calm down. What I'm saying is some women are not, right? And some women feel, since you're just jumping on, that their education makes them just as valuable as a woman who might be beautiful. And what I'm saying is a woman who is beautiful with no education has just as much chance of getting a quality man as a woman who has education. That's the point. There really is no difference because we are not judged in the same way that we judge men. So you can have all of those trappings and all of those material things. It doesn't mean you are more attractive to him. It doesn't mean he wants to bed you more than another woman who has minimal education, minimal skill, minimal money. It does not mean that. But unfortunately, women who are educated feel that they have one up. Because they're educated, they feel they have more of a chance to get a quality man than a woman who doesn't have those things. And we have to stop telling that lie because it is a lie. A woman who has a doctorate, a master, listen, I have clients who are doctors. Beautiful women who are doctors who can't find love. Professional women, she's coming with half, she can handle the whole load. And they can't find anything. No man is beating down their door. Why? Because these men, first of all, these women who have put off for careers are always older. I'd say maybe 7 or 8 times out of 10, they're older women. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you're a 45 or 55-year-old woman, it doesn't matter how much money you make. At the end of the day, he just wants to know how you look with your clothes off. What are you going to do to make me feel young? How are you going to make me feel good about myself? If you're going to be a status symbol on my arm, are men going to be jealous of me being with you? I mean, that's what it is. It's not about character. Unfortunately, it's not about that. At first, it's not character is not the deciding factor when a woman is in the presence of a man. It's just not. It's just not. So, we would like to have both. We would like to have both, but a lot of us don't. A lot of us do not have both. A lot of us do not have both, but we still need our self-esteem. We still need our convictions. We still need our deal breakers and what we will and won't do in place. We still need to have all of that. Whether you have a degree or not, you're entitled to be treated with respect. Whether or not you have a degree. Because you're a woman. And you have what men want regardless of how much money is in your bank account. And if you handle yourself correctly, you can convey value very easily. It's how you conduct yourself. It's what you say and what you don't say, what you put up with and what you don't put up with. That's an easy thing. That's an easy thing. If you can be memorable, you can get what you want. In this life, in this world, if you can be memorable, you can get whatever you want. That's all you have to do is make a good impression. And try to stand out as much as you possibly can. And it's easy to stand out. All you have to do is do you. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to be anybody else. I could put on a suit right now and rip my locks out and perm my hair, right? And to conform to what is considered corporate or what have you. And I wouldn't be able to convey any difference. I wouldn't be able to convey value because I wouldn't be comfortable in that. So I'm doing me. And I'm doing me to the best of my ability. I'm doing me as best as I can, and that's all we can do. Degree or not, that's all we can do. That's it. So it's not about, sisters being intimidated by other sisters, whether you have a degree or not. It's not about being intimidated or trying to be like anybody else. Especially if you're looking, you better embrace different. You better embrace different like 100%. 100%, because that's where your magic is going to be. That's where you will shine when you're different. When you're different, So that's what it is. I'm still not seeing. I'm not seeing you guys stuff coming up. I don't know what's going on with this live, but maybe it's time to roll out now. I think I've said all I can say on the matter. So to end this live, check out my website, iloveherart.com, and pick you out something pretty to hang on your wall as a reminder of the commitment you've made to your own happiness, as a reminder of what you've been through. Whatever the art wakes up inside of you, then have it around you as a reminder. as a token of your commitment to what you're going to do. You know, that's the purpose of a part of the purpose of my work. Making something beautiful, but making something for you to think about too. You know, I can say that you're beautiful, but if you don't feel that way, then what? It's not going to serve you. It's not going to serve you. So you got to start feeling that for yourself. The easiest way to do that is to understand that you're alone. That you are alone. That it's all about you. That the breath in your body, the collapsing and expanding of your lungs cannot be done by anyone else. That's all you. All you. And once you get that through your head and really let that sink in, then you'll start getting brave. Then you'll start not needing so much permission. So much permission or outside validation to do you. That's what that is. You know what I mean? To do you. I used to need a lot of permission to do me. A whole lot of permission. And the permission came in the form of exploitation, because if someone gives you a permission to be who you are, they're coming with their hands out too. You owe them. If they're making you feel good about yourself, you owe them. You need to put a coin in the kitty. You're indebted to them, and they let you know it. So the point of all this is to become independent in thought. To become independent in thought. And to say, you know what, I don't need this validation. I'm good. I'm good as I am. Oop. Lord have mercy. Okay. I knew this thing was gonna fall apart. So maybe I gotta end this live now. I'll end the live. So yeah, that's it. That is it. So you guys, I will put all the links to my website and how to reach me in the description box. And I shall talk to you all later. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for liking the video. And share it, please. Keep liking and share. All right. Peace. If this thing will go off.